I don't really know what to say today. I don't have a lot of thoughts. I was thinking earlier, life is not like a movie. I was thinking about that before and how uh, it's like honestly, I don't really have any particular things to say here. I'm just gonna stutter and think about life because I like to get these done before like 11, these videos before like 11 o'clock at night because um, it I don't like to make these videos too late because I don't want to be loud or whatever. Um, I was just thinking of ways to make money, and I couldn't think of any, and I feel really lost because it's really confusing the path you take to find meaning in life. It's like this really obscure path you take, and it's really confusing because I don't want that Clorox thing. I'm not making a commercial for Clorox, so that's why I don't want that face in that. But life is really confusing because you want meaning in life, but you don't know where to find that meaning in life. You feel a yearning, a longing to find it, but you feel regret when you don't say the things you should have said or did the things you should have did. I feel a lot of regret right now because I could have been somebody else somewhere somehow if I could have been another way. Why is the screen shaking? I know that I say the wrong things sometimes and I do the wrong things sometimes. I just hope my good qualities outweigh my bad qualities. And I hope I find a way to pursue something in life that's meaningful. And I hope this confusion goes away someday. I hope I find someone who teaches me who I really am. Find someone that could really influence me for the better and show me a way forward out of this rut I'm in. I really am in a rut in my life. My life is really in a rut. And I just hope there's someone who could change me. I don't know what I'm doing here or why I'm here, what my purpose is. When will life get better? I've always had the belief I want time to move as quickly as possible. And I still have that belief. I still want time to move as quickly as possible. Because today's not very good. Today's not a very good day. You hope the future could be better than today. You hope you can find something, some way, someday that's just completely different. You want to find something completely different. Some warmer weather, some colder weather, just somewhere else other than here. To go far, far away from here and just go anywhere else. At the same time, I like being here. I'm okay with my life. Life isn't that bad. I'm just like, I don't make very much money, and so I just don't make very much money. And that makes me sad. It makes me sad that I don't make very much money. And I yearn for a better career opportunity, and I hope someone offers it to me that someday. I'm looking more for a job offer than to apply for something, because I want someone to come to me and say, "Look, you're qualified for this job. We want you to take this job because we know you can do this job, and you're the person that we need for this role." I want someone to come to me and say that, because you know what? If I'm applying for a job, I'm never going to be able to convince a company to be like, I can convince someone temporarily to hire me. I can't, but there's usually a train wreck that follows. Like it all goes downhill after I get hired. Like usually the first day is the best day. The second day is the second best day. The third day is the third best day. And every day I'm at the company, things get worse and worse and worse. Because I have a negative influence on people. And it just gets worse and worse the more I work at a company. And even if I could do the job, they would not see me as like a team player type of role, and I wouldn't fit in. School, when I was in school, it wasn't like this. When I was in school, everyone had to go to school. They just sent people to school because everyone went to school, and I went to private school for my first 5 years of school, and I went to public school for the rest of my time in school. In private school, everyone was mean to me. In public school, everyone was really nice to me. And I never understood like the popularity contests. Like people talk about like in school, like some people say like school's like a popularity contest. In my experience, school wasn't a popularity contest. I guess because I must have been popular when I was in school. I guess I was popular because I would like learn these jokes from like Comedy Central, the TV network, Comedy Central. I learned these jokes, or like from a TV show, I learned a joke and then I would say it in class, and I'd get people to laugh at my jokes I learned from TV. And I can still get people to like me now, even though I don't say jokes anymore. These jokes are kind of outdated at this point, but I don't say jokes anymore, but I can still get people to like me because of my relaxing demeanor. But like I have to find like special places to work where like people are okay with working with people with disabilities. Like I can't just go into any company and be like, yeah, I want to work here, and be like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be employed here, and because like people would be like, oh, you have a disability, so you're not really gonna be a good part of our culture. And I don't really fit in for whatever reason to a lot of these random companies, and it's like I don't know. I'd rather just work 10 hours a week, sit at home, listen to jazz music. The rest of my free time, just listen to jazz music. I saw this really weird group of birds the other day. And I was sitting down, watching them, I have spyware on my computer right now. But they look like ostriches, but they were different. They look like super exotic. Somebody must have had an exotic bird and then just got out in the wild or whatever. Or they reproduced with some local bird, and so it's like now it's like a mega exotic bird because it's, I don't know, it's like a super exotic bird. It's the size of an ostrich, and I was sitting there watching it, but the problem was I couldn't watch it very long because there was these weird mosquitoes. There were really hardcore mosquitoes. You know, they weren't messing around. So I had to leave because they were probably going around the bird. The really serious mosquitoes. Um, there's a fly in my apartment right now. So it's just it's one of those like really intense flies or mosquitoes that are like really hard because they fly everywhere. They're really fast and they're really strong and they keep surviving. And anyways, talking about, well, the original topic of this video is life isn't like it is in the movies. Like in the movies, the movie does all the talking. The movie does all the talking, and you don't have to do any talking in the movie. You could just watch people have a conversation, and you could live vicariously through the characters in the movie, and you can watch them have the conversation, and they get to kiss, and they fall in love or whatever, and that's the movie. But in real life, you have to do all the talking. You have to participate in the conversation if you want anyone to like you, and you have to be more engaging. Whereas that worked for me when I was younger. I mean, like the whole like quiet, mysterious guy thing worked for me when I was younger. But it doesn't work for me it doesn't work as much anymore because like people flirt with me less. People flirt with me less now that I'm older. And people have like more disdain for me because I'm older. That's a weird feeling. Having people like you less when you get older. Almost makes you want to get married. Which makes you want to find someone that likes you and then marry them. But not really. It doesn't really make me want to get married because if I have to say I love you 1,000 times to get someone to like me, why would I want to move in with somebody else? That's my question. Why would I want to move in with somebody else? What am I getting out of the relationship? Because the thing is like the man's supposed to be the provider, and I'm never going to be a good financial provider, so I don't really get anything out of a real relationship because it's not like I could move in with someone else, or it wouldn't be smart for me to, because as soon as she realized like I don't make any money, then it'd be like, oh yeah, you can't do that. But I don't know. I used to see a guy. He used to dance. He used to like sing songs on the corner and dance, and then he got a job at McDonald's. Sometimes I wonder if I could get a job at McDonald's. I guess he was like making fries or something, making French fries. I don't know, but I would need to take one of those classes on that stuff. But that dude was different than me. He looked different than me. People like me, I've tried working at McDonald's before. It's just not specifically at McDonald's, but like McDonald's I couldn't do it because my back wasn't strong enough to do the cleaning, and my memory wasn't good enough to do the cashiering, and my memory wasn't good enough to do the putting the burger together, because I don't remember what it said on the screen. As soon as I pressed the button, I wouldn't remember what it said on the screen, and then and it only appeared on the screen for like 10 seconds. It's on the screen for 10 seconds. You have to read it, and then you look down, you make the burger. But if you look up again at the screen, it it the screen goes away. It's only there for 10 seconds. So like you can't just keep looking. You can't just keep looking at the screen to see what else is on the burger. And they want it fast, and you can't really make it fast enough because you're not good enough at it. I would need specific training to do that, but the amount of training it would take to work as a burger maker at McDonald's, I just feel disheartened because I've worked at places like that before that I was good enough to do the job. Like I've worked at Kmart. I was good enough at Kmart to do the job at Kmart. The problem was when I worked at Kmart. Let's say when I started, there were, it was a really big store, so it was like, let's say there was like 35 cashiers when I started. I'd say there was 30 cashiers when I started. By the time a few months later, I was working there for a few months, there was only, say like 5 or 6 cashiers. So 90% of the cashiers quit in the time that I was working there. Why did they quit? I don't know. You tell me. You tell me why they quit. I don't know. And the same thing happened when I was at Publix. And a similar thing happened when I worked at Walmart. Walmart is different because what did they do at Walmart? Publix was like that, but over like a 3-year time period, I switched to stores. And the same thing happened at Kmart. Like 90% of the workforce just quit when I was there, just for whatever reason. But at Walmart, there was just this. I'm trying to describe what happened. Like the management thought I was dating one of the assistant or one of the customer service managers. The management thought I was dating her, so they fired her. And then, but I wasn't dating her. I just smiled at her. And they thought I was dating her, so they fired her. So my choice was at Walmart, could I smile at this other store manager, assistant store manager? Should I smile at her, or should I quit? Because when I smile at someone, they fire them. So, and if you don't believe me, okay, just fine. You don't have to believe me, but I smiled at a customer service manager and they fired her because they thought I was dating her. Which I wasn't dating her. Never dated anyone. But they thought I was dating her and they fired her. So I decided I wasn't going to smile at the other customers, the other assistant manager, the other manager, because I would rather have her keep her job. And I could have just kept smiling at managers and have them each been fired one by one until the store closed down. But that's always what it comes down to, is like, do I want to see the store close down just so I'll have employment for a temporary period of time? And if that's what I want, then I'll go for it. But the thing is, I'm at a place now where people seem to be genuinely okay with me. It seems to be going well so far. Do I think this is going to last forever? No. I don't think this employment opportunity is going to last forever. I think I think they're gonna figure out a way to either fire me or just convince me to leave. They'll probably convince me to leave somehow. Just say like, "Oh, we're gonna fire everybody here. We're gonna fire everybody here if you work here. So why don't you just quit, and then we'll have everyone else here, and you know, um, that's or like everyone else is gonna quit except for me, and then I'm gonna be the only person there." That's happened a lot of the other places I've worked at, and then I'm like, this is a really weird experience. I'd rather just go somewhere else and go through this process again and have like the whole thing go through the whole cycle again rather than just like stay here and what do you call it, like rather than watch the store like go downhill continuously while I work here. I'd rather just keep switching places where I work until not until I find one place that's to stay at permanently, because I don't think that place exists, but just until I regroup and gather my thoughts and wait to find another place to go to, because I know it's almost like I'm like a deer grazing on the grass, and I just do that for a while until I can't do that anymore, and then I just go into another area and I graze on the grass over there, moving from town to town like a drifter, and just like hang out someplace until they decide like they don't want me there anymore, and then I'll go somewhere else until they decide they don't want me there anymore. Feels sort of like I'm a homeless person in the sense that I live at the will of other people's mercy. I'm always like in other people's mercy as far as, are they going to put up with me or no? If I set up my tent encampment here, are they going to say, you can't set up your tent encampment here? Are they going to send me away somewhere? Are they going to let me work there for a while? I don't assume anything is going to be too long term, because I've seen everything at this point. I've seen everything there is to see. And I'm sure they'll figure out new ways to guilt me into quitting or whatever. There's nothing new under the sun. There's nothing new under the sun, and things just become mundane at some point. You almost roll your eyes because you don't think it'll ever get any better. But I do have faith. And faith is all you really need in life. Faith that things could get better. Even if they won't. Even if they won't get better. As long as you have faith that things could get better, well, that's really great. Or faith that things could maintain at the current level, current trajectory. Faith that things could not get worse, that the creek won't rise, that you won't be flooded out of your home by climate change very quickly. You need a lot of faith in this world. And that's what that is. You need a lot of faith. Climate change is only going to get worse. And you need to have a life jacket sometimes. So you need to just maintain your health and keep going and going and going and hope that things will be okay. Let me know in the comments below, is your life like a movie? Or did you think your life is a little bit not as good as a movie? Is your life a little bit worse than a movie? You let me know in the comments below. Please subscribe to this channel to be part of the community. Please like this video. It really helps out the channel a lot. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.